The news is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Ramney Tertola Pier Park, NV Salon, Spa, Nail and Barbershops, the Wellness Center Medical and Behavioral Health Clinics, Tissely Cross Deliciously Smooth Cider, HOV Medical, and Digicel. Sign up for Digicel Plus Home Light Bundles, faster internet, movies, and sports. A recent visit to the island of Virgin Gorda here in the Virgin Islands saw us stopping by a site where derelict vehicles are stockpiled. The man behind this, Carl Flax, and he's having some issues ranging from payments, safety, to contracts. Here's that discussion we had.
My situation is with the waste management. The boss in Tortola sent two guys over to Virgin Gorda to tag all these vehicles on my site. I told them no, they can't come on the site because it's very dangerous and unsafe to go on the site. The guys say yes, they will go. They have, the law is they could go on the property and check them if private property or public property. I tell them no, they can't, and they insist they will come. They even bring the police and all to insist that they come on the site. My thing is, we have this vehicle, this site here is unsafe to climb up on. And you have employees coming here, climbing on these vehicles 6-8 feet up, 4 or 5 car height. So if you could see this Ford Ranger here, imagine one of the guys climb up to this Ford Ranger and put this sticker on. I mean, any boss, why you would bring people to work in a place like this, which is so unsafe? What if these vehicles had fall and kill or injure one of them? Who would be responsible? I told them more than one time, do not come on the site. They insist that they've been sent here. The law states that they can come on the site, public or private. They never show me any papers or any statement showing that the law say that. They still came on the site and even bring the police to come on this site. What I'm saying is, it's unsafe. What if someone will lose their life? That's my point.
Okay, and you have a bigger problem in terms of being compensated for managing the site?
Yes, this site is a private site that I had reduced all this stuff for over 20 years. I've been fighting with the government to pay me something to pack this stuff up on the site. Imagine they pay me $80 each way to bring them to this site, nothing to pack them up the way this is. Imagine you have an acre of land, you're packing 500 vehicles. How are they going to hold on the site if you don't pack them up? They pay me $0 to pack them up on the site, and they have other sites in the other islands paying them approximately maybe $8,000 a month, maybe $10,000 a month. They pay me nothing. Stating the property is not mine. I have a trailer to operate here. It's my family land. Okay, you don't need a lease, but I should still be paid to pack them on the site in order for them to hold. 20 years I've been doing this. I've been fighting to get paid to pack them up. I get $0. They pay me only $160 each way to bring them here. Yeah.
And there's a new bidding process that's going out now that you are not so favorable of?
Correct. They have a new director now. I don't know his name. I don't want to get involved. He's asking everyone to come on the site and bid to take them from the site to the badge. My question is, who's going to pay me for bringing them here? I can ask them over and over. Fine, 100 people can come and bid, but I need to be paid for bringing them to the site. No one can give me an answer on how I'm going to be paid, and that's it. I just want to be paid for bringing them here. They asked me to bring many of them. I have pictures on my phone where the department asked me to bring a lot of them here. They normally contract me, pay me to bring them here, and now they're asking for someone else to take them away. I have no problem with that, but I just need to be paid for bringing them to the site. What I'm saying, if I go and bid up against 3-4 different people, it's going to be unfair because I have to bid both ways. Now the 4 or 5 guys that are going to bid on it are going to bid one way, so how am I going to compete with who's bidding? My concern, I get paid for storing them and bringing them here, and they can bring Tom, Dick, or Harry, or whoever to take them out. That's my concern.
Okay. How far are you prepared to go with this issue?
Well, if they don't agree to pay me all what they owe me, by the time they're ready to move them, I'm willing to go to the court, and I already consult some lawyers already.
Was there any agreement before now, orally or written, for you to store them?
No, I tried many times, and they keep telling me the land is not mine. They have to have a lease, but the thing is, my lawyer tell me this work is being done. I mean, they pay me. I have a contract where they pay me to bring the cars here, but not paying me to pack them up. So, which is unfair. So they're saying is in order for me to get paid for the land or to store them and pack them, I have to have a lease. But yet I have a contract signed where you're paying me to bring the stuff to the site.
Director of the Department of Waste Management is Mr. Marcus Solomon. During a big story interview, I did put Mr. Flax's concerns to him.
So because of the Mr. Flax situation is one whereby there is derelict vehicles on his property. So I would have asked that the team go in and tag those vehicles. Now, what I'm aware of is that he has done work for the department in the past. I'm aware that we do have money for Mr. Flax, so let me acknowledge that Mr. Flax, do have money for Mr. Flax. So one of the things, I personally have met with Mr. Flax at least 2 or 3 times, and I would have tried to find out why has he not been paid. In fact, I wrote Mr. Flax about it. In fact, I wrote him first of all to let him know that because of the program that we are doing, I will need to remove those vehicles and have it removed in time for the badge. Right, and I would have asked him to respond.
But before you go further, those vehicles they're stockpiled there at the request of government. Am I to understand that correctly?
I wasn't part of that, so I can't say that because I have asked for the documentation around it, and there is no real documentation. What I do know is that what I have documentation on is that Mr. Flax was given a contract on 2 occasions to remove vehicles on our behalf. And what I've realized that happens sometimes on Totola, and well, overall British Virgin Islands, you're a very caring country. There's a lot of in-kind relationships taking place, in that because you maybe put the country first, and which is great, and we can continue to encourage BVI citizens to do that. Right? You may enter into relationships whereby you say, okay, given that I'm doing this already, and you all need time to store. You may enter into that type of relationships, and I think that may have happened in terms of you agreed to store the vehicle because we're supposed to move the vehicles, and since you're already working the contract to take the vehicles to the sites, and I think that is what may have happened because there's no relationship between the department and Mr. Flax as relates to storage of vehicles. I know he has written me. I got a correspondence on August 18th with regards to now seeking payment for the storage of the vehicles. But again, I'm constrained, as you will appreciate, by I have to follow your laws. You have a financial laws associated. You have your procurement laws as well, right? So I have to, in order to make any payment to anybody, I have to first determine if there is actual engagements related to that payment, and I also have to have that certified. Correct. And if there's no documentation, as the accounting officer, I can't do it.
Tune in to the big story to hear more on this matter and much more from Mr. Solomon. For this JTV News Update, Kathy Richards.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.
Everyone looks to the future, but no one truly knows what the future holds.
The number of people under the age of 20 with type 2 diabetes could increase by 49% by 2050. Let it be known that we all have a 30% chance of developing hypertension.
Globally, more than 300 million people of all ages suffer from depression.
More than 60,000 young adults aged 20 to 39 are diagnosed with cancer each year.
Obesity leads to problems such as stroke, heart disease, and kidney failure.
No matter your race, age, or color, we are all at risk.
These diseases can be managed or prevented if caught early.
But with the right medicine and the right doctors to keep us on a path to live a robust and healthy life,
We will live well.